Hello everybody. I am your host, French Lightning John, and today we have an amazing race between Destructors and Lincher. I'm pretty new to the Metroid Fusion speedruns, so I hope my commentary will be good enough for all of you. But I do know some strat and take. Don't worry. Though I don't know their PB, but I know those two are good runner. So we're just waiting for the runner to prepare themselves the SRL channel, and we'll begin not that long.
I'm ready whenever. You have muted mic on stream? I have it.
Yes, Nick.
Not
Into a
on
version,
SRL?
but Undo in English.
What? No, there's already. Are you using like the lifespan duration, or are you doing it through the SRL website? Give me a
It
second.
seems once a
For you.
runner has difficulty joining SRL.
It's fine. It's fine. This. I posted the link in the Discord. This is what you have to join. Did you use? Did you use SRL in your last?
So it seems that the countdown will be done on the Discord since one of the runners don't have an SRL account. So, we just need some little preparation and everything will begin soon.
Show me later, maybe. It's just... I'm ready whenever.
don't worry, buddy. Everything's being prepared and done, so we'll be in that long. Well, at least one of the two runners are ready. Both are ready now. The countdown will be done not that long. So the countdown is being done. So let's see. So in this game, Metroid Fusion, and the race has begun. If you use Super Metroid or Zero Mission, you will know that normally you can do single wall jump. In this game, that's also you will see some variation of wall jump to maneuver more quickly in some room, especially right in the beginning. So this tournament is done mainly in English to be fair with everybody. But if both have a Japanese version and agree, they can run Japanese. Japanese version being way faster. As you can see, the version of the wall jump to go into the first room, they need to work around the fact you can only wall jump with 2 walls or 2 surface. So now they're going to see their first computer. The computer giving all the orders around, instructing you where to go. Can be a real pain in the ass sometimes. So here, you encounter the corner bay where the suit of Samus is, and you encounter a strange creature, which is infected by the X parasite, which is also at the beginning. Samus has been infected. That's why her suit is there. She has been saved by the Metroid serum, and we have the computer explaining the storyline, that it could be the DNA and killing the host. And that Samus survived because of a vaccine made from the Metroid's lava from Super Metroid and Metroid 2, which also changed her cellular composition, making it vulnerable to ice. So you will see that when they jump, they try the least possible to ledge grab. As ledge grabbing, if I remember, costs at least a second to do so. What you see them do is that they either wall jump if they can, or when they jump above the platform to then shoot to land immediately on the platform. They try their best to not ledge grab. So now they will get the first upgrade, which is the missile upgrade. Also, Metroid Fusion is the first Metroid having a storyline told to you in text, through text, with Samus and having a computer talking to explain the storyline of the game. Normally, the storyline is explained through exploration and all the other Metroid games. So, also, this game has a particularity with the computer and all the download you see. It has a very heavy flag system or event system, making so that you can't sequence break. The only way to sequence break that we know is with any percent, which you use memory corruption. That's the only way known so far with Fusion to sequence break. So, with Undo, you won't see any kind of sequence break because of the heavy flag system put into the Fusion to make sure to make it as linear as possible. which can be annoying, but we can manage through it though. So far, Destructor seems to have the advantage here, being farther ahead of Lincher. Both showing good movement. And here, the first get around. Will Destructor get the doubles? Oh, I think he got the first double. Oh, one beams. Nice, Destructor got it. The get around here has the particularity of being able to shoot up to 4 beams. And that seemed really well when Lincher seemed to got 1 beam. Did 2 beams. Together can shoot maximum of 4 times before being able to shoot them. Oh, I think 3 times. 4 beams for Linchers. Feels bad, man, for him. And there's Arachnus for Destructor. I think you got the bad RNG rolling right away. What you want is you want to shoot as much as possible to Arachnus to be able to make him go into the core phase as fast as possible. He can roll pretty soon with the bad RNG, which Destructor got. And it's the first place when you can see also some doubles on the core X. And Alex also unlocked the ability to morph. So, this fight is quite easy as the first boss fight. Can even hurt him with the beams, just to say so. They really wanted you to be able to beat him without too much difficulty. But the other boss are something else though. And now, the X has infested the one of the breeding ground in the space station here. The breeding ground named SRX, a faithful replica of SR388. The computer wants Samus to go there ASAP, which we will do as fast as we can, and while taking the items we need, since this is 100%. We need to collect every items in this game for this tournament. And here we see the CX. Also, some people remember SAX or the Sax. Very frightening. Just seeing her face, it give me the chills just right there. I'm shaken by how horrible and frightened she is, and she is very rude. Also, she, instead of opening the door, she just shoot the super missiles at the door. And now the Destructor is entering Sector 1, also known as SRX, where the computer will tell Samus that she need to open a lock gate, but by security reason, it's not shown on the map. So she will need to find it, open it to unlock the level 1 lock and get the upgrade she needs and destroy. Well, I know it's the Sector 2. Sorry, I'm not that used with Fusion. This one, there's no lock yet. She needs to clean the sector from the X, which are using the ventilation system to reproduce themselves. The second sector is where you need to get the upgrade and unlock the level 1 lock. As you can see, the X has taken part of those ventilation systems, corrupting them, making it as a breeding ground for X. And you need 3 missiles to break them. Oh, very nice, nice use of a missile there from Destructor. It's not that easy though. I've seen quite a few runners and missing those shots there. And using some missiles and using Morph on Morph to reset the Samus's fall speed, because Samus is falling kind of faster than the missiles is going. And getting some good RNG in the position of the X ventilation, the ventilator corrupted by the X, because they move up and down, and there's only a small margin where you can shoot and hit the core of the ventilation system where the X is. And Destructor blasting through all those places. I mean, no difficulty at all. And here we see Space Pirate corrupted by the X. Oh, little fumble there. Fun. But it's not that an easy section to do if you want to do it fast. Yeah, you too can see X it give you more nightmares than nightmares himself. That's pretty true. And now the second get over. With the first beam. Let's see, please, 2 beam. Come on, open, please, open. Oh, good. Got the doubles and 1 beam. Please open right now correctly. 2 beams. We don't want more beams, please. All right, not good RNG, but I will say not that bad since you can shoot 4 times. You want together to not shoot at all. And oh, getting the horizontal doubles. I think he missed 1 doubles. Yeah, he missed 1 doubles on the charge beam car X. In this game, charge beam is very OP. You will see that throughout the games and throughout the tournaments, all runners, once they get charge beam, they will basically only use charge beam. Only in certain locations they will use the missiles upgrade. Charge beam is very powerful. As you can see, poof, 1 charge beam there already destroyed, while it was taking 3 missiles. Charge beam, the thing is that once you get charge beam, you now fire 2 beams, each beam dealing damage, and when you use charge beam, those 2 beams are stronger, I mean the capacity of being charged. But at the same time, when you use charge beam, there's flares. Those flares also deal damage, which make the charge beam very powerful. Oh, and I think that's when you try to shoot with a charge beam, miss the flare damage there. That's why you only need 1 missiles to finish the infected ventilator. Now, well, Lincher, it's turn to go and finish the last infected vents. Oh, using missiles instead, wanting to be on the safe side. Nice platforming from Dest here. Destructor very distracting this early game. And now again, every time you will exit a sector you just finished, you will need to go see the computer. And every time you will enter a new sector, now the computer said you need to go into sector 2 because there's an upgrade waiting for you there. And again, we have some monologue here from Samus. This game is pretty easy on text though. It's one of the few Metroid games where there's easy texting like that. I think there might be some more recent Metroid that has some text or some dialogue happenings. But it was for its time, it was the first time we've seen that in a Metroid game. So now entering sector 2. And now here, the computer will see that the upgrade in question is locked behind lock level 1, so you will need to unlock it. It's on the map, you need to find it. And at the same time, she introduces you to the X, where is the X mimicking you at full power with your whole suit. Even a bit of ice beam. Just there, the computer tells you that you're weak to ice beam as a side effect from the Metroid vaccine. So the X can freeze you if she shoots you with your ice beam, since it's your old suit. And the reason she get away from the quarantine base because she used a power bombs, as explained by the computer. Oh, This part can be or if you miss some of the platforming there, as you can see on Destructor, you have to reuse some missiles. Really nice, very nice wall jumping there, and we get the secret luck level 1 unlock. So all the blue hatch, as you can see, the blue doors are all unlock, and you can open them. While the green were the level 0 that the computer were able to unlock, the others need you to actively unlock them. Now you can go take the upgrades that the computer wanted you to go take. As you can see, also charge beam, when you hold it, like in all the other Metroid games, the other 2D Metroid games, you use a pseudo screw which deal damage. And now we have bombs. Bombs are useful because of bomb blocks, but apart from that, their use are limited. Unlike the other Metroid, as you might know, especially from Super Metroid, the ability to bomb jump has been basically removed. You can only bomb jump once, as long as you have no momentum in the air. So as long as you're not falling or going up, you can bomb jump. So that means basically you need to be underground to bomb jump, which is kind of sad. That was one of their modifications they do to remove any kind of sequence breaking. And also bombs are very long to explode. So when you lay a bombs, you really want to put in the right place. Yes, if you think you put in the right place but it's not, you need to lay another one and wait a long time. So there's a technique here which this is doing, which you need to be fast, is you open both those plates with the bombs, and you and he got it. Destructor got the technique in question. As you can see, the bounce block is reforming, so you need to take the missile pretty quick, jump, morph, and then roll the fastest you can. A small mistake and it's done. You need to re-put the bombs. Really nice platforming on the Destructor there. And let's see if Lincher will be able to get the strat. No, he's not opting to do it. Instead, he's waiting for opening the down. Once open, you go up to open the bomb blocks and then go in, which is a nice safety, safety strat, making sure you will always be able to morph and go into the morph tunnels with all the bomb blocks reforming. And now, I think this boss name is Zezabi, the jumping boss, which gives you high jump boot and spring ball. He can jump multiple times. It's RNG based. So, let's pray that he will give good RNG. And see, he's giving good RNG on Destructor. Not jumping a lot. And let's go play. Yes. Not jump. He can jump a lot at that boss. I'm not sure how is the minimum jump he can do, but I know he can do a lot of jump. And Destructor got all the doubles against that boss, dispatching the core X very quickly. Oh, and see on Lincher that the boss decided to do a lot of jump compared to Destructor. Now we will see the first time that Samus encountered the CX. In Undo, it's pretty safe to do the CX skip, but can still be quite dangerous. And Destructor did get the CX skip. In 80%, since you have a lot less health, it's really dangerous. But in Undo, because of all the health you take, before going that place. It's not that dangerous, but still a dangerous skip to try. So let's see if Lincher will also try the seg skip. So again, when exiting a sector, you need to speak to the computers, and it will instruct you on the next zone you need to go. And Lincher also attempting the seg skip, and oh, that was very Monka-esque there for Lincher, but he managed to survive. Only 1 HP, so anything that can kill him. It was, as you can see, it can go very wrong. It's still dangerous, but he did manage to do it. He had the right reaction at the right times. He managed to survive. Very good play on Lincher there. Oh yeah, since also like this just in the chat, since this is on English, they are out of bound you can do, because only on the English version you can do out of bound. It was patched on the Japanese version, making it faster, but since English has longer text, it make it slower overall. So the out of bound only in-game time, we can say, because English is slower. It's still save time RTA, but it's not normally used unless you're doing any percent, which must be done in English version because of the memory corruptions done out of bound. Oh, Lincher did. I thought you was taking at least a restart station before talking to the computer with 1 HP. But no, he decided to take it riskier in the tournament and just continue like that with 1 HP. Now we're entering the sector 3, I think, or 4. No, that's sector 3. Sorry if I'm not sure about the sector's name. I'm not used to Fusion. This place has a lot of water, and that big fish you just saw, it did a ton of damage. If you're doing 0%, that fish can kill you around quite easy, as it will kill you in 0%. Oh, Lincher decided to take the refills before entering the new sectors instead. Alright, good. So, also, something to note is that pseudo screw do work on the water in this game. And instead of using the other way, the internet way to break those blocks, we're using it that way as it's way faster. Oh, okay. I think this try to unmorph it was not successful, or try to use a kind of strat where you still morph. And now, in this sector, you want to get another upgrade, but you can't right now. It is blocked behind a speed booster block. So, you will encounter one of the skeleton of a creature here named Ceres. So by seeing the skeleton here, you can doubt that it was infected by the X parasite. So you will need to fight X Ceres, and X Ceres recognized as one of the fastest creatures, being able to go at speed of sound. Oh, very good RNG there from Destructor. The Gatherage gave it the eyes instead of a beam. So will Destructor be able to get the 2 round here? So far it seems to have a good shot there. If the flare connects when you shoot the short shot, you can finish Ceres in 2 rounds. Oh, and miss the flares. At least he was about to finish in 3 rounds. And the first double. Get the first doubles. Prepare himself to miss. It can be quite hard to push in correctly where the core will be, but get at least the second doubles. Yeah. Now speed booster has been regained. So Samus, after running a certain period of time, she will go fast and she can charge a Shine Spark. Normally you can Shine Spark in a 2-type block, but if you're fast enough, you can still Shine Spark in 2-type block, so you can eliminate all those enemies really quickly and then just rerun to break those speed block. And Lincher seemed to have gotten the 2 round of a series nicely done and got the doubles there. And no, him too failed to get the other doubles, but get this double, so we got 2 doubles. So now, the path what he needed to reduce the waters, to get what he needed to do and continue on their way. It's now unlocked since they have speed booster, since you need speed booster to break those speed blocks. And using Charge and Shine Spark here, in any percent you will use Speed Booster to return the place you were. But in Undo you can use your Shine Spark to go directly onto the where the missiles are, just to be able to ledge grab that place. So also another distinction from here to any percent is that in any percent you do what it is called a low height. I think Death try to do it, a chance he miss it. Because you want those missiles. When you do a low height, you come to all the way across normally. But you don't want to do that in Undo. In 80%, yes, but not in Undo. And the first instant of all other puzzle will work in Infusion. When you kill enemies, the X parasite that's inside that get free can create another enemies, and some room will require you to kill multiple enemies, but you only have 1 enemies. So to show you, they make it the X that appears, you can't absorb it, so it becomes another enemies, you kill it and you see, oh, the doors are not open. As a hint on what to do in the future, that some door will be locked under multiple enemies, but you have not enough to kill them, so you need to let the X reform onto others' enemies. And Lincher didn't try to kill the low eye, which is pretty good. Oh, and it's just Shine Spark a little too high here, missing the missile tank, which is quite it's quite bad because the hitbox of items is pretty weird in Fusion. You might think, I touch it, so I taking the items, but no, the hitbox take the items not where you can see it. It's more center, we can say, more to the grounds. So Destructor is entering the sector 5, no, sector 3. The Pyro sector. Sorry. This sector is a sector where it is hot. It is a place where there will be heated rooms. So since you do not have various suit yet, Samus will need to go around the heated zone of this sector. And since the X has now invaded this place, you need to go here, try to do something, and at the same time unlock more locked door. So, in this place, you have the security lock. And there's also another items in the ground that Destructor has just taken. You want to take it before doing the security lock because when you exit, you need to use your speed booster to exit also. Ooh, and pretty much on the last moment he got in the last frame, the jump was just in the last frame with the first frame possibles, and he didn't get the shine break here because if you can, you try what you want to try here is use a shine spark to go all the way up here, and say hello to Bob. This missile tank is named Bob, and in 0% you need to skip it. There's two ways to skip it. Either you doing a shine spark on this X block the way that needs super missile to destroy, or you use the out of bound to skip Bob, which is far easier. Oh, and this will try to do the data spark, which is very hard to do and save 30 frames. Ah, miss it. It's really hard to get the data spark. So going down, getting the super missiles, it can now break this new barrier. The green barrier has become blue, and need to use 3 super missiles to destroy them. And it's not their last farm either. They have one more farm after that, which will require power bombs. And we don't go all the way to the left, because the trigger to activate the boss fight is sooner than the triggers to make the room quake because of the boss. And so far that's having a good box fight and getting rid of box. I think Des didn't like his box fight. Destructor has always been very hard on himself. And here there is some items here, but we will get in the cleanup as it is faster as you need power bombs on one of the items. Even though we can take 2 of the items we can right away. Here we prefer to wait for later, as some items we didn't take also elsewhere because it will be faster to take them in the cleanup. So there are items for later. And now you need to go to Sector 6, a sector which is pretty dark, obscure. You won't see a lot of things. You will know what I mean when you will see this sector. You won't be able to see anything. And now the computer is talking with somebody about some stuff that they want to keep secret from Samus. But what can it be? Why the Federation is doing all those things? Only the future will tell us. And now we see Destructor going into Sector 6, Lincher exiting Sector 3. Into we get the instruction to go to Sector 6 on the computer. In Sector 6, it is not named Nook for nothing. It is a pretty obscure sectors. Even the computer say it is a dark place. And in this sector, you will get the various suit upgrade. Unlike in Zero Mission, Super Metroid, even Metroid Primes and the like, various suit in this game, you don't like it. It is quite ugly. You will know why when you will see it. So, the dark place. So far it's not dark, and as you can see, it is very dark. There's even a light bubble around Samus. I mean, without that light bubbles, how will you be able to see where you're going? Look at how dark it is. I think it's because of the stream and the like we see good. Maybe on the GBA, it is really dark, but it is quite funny to see the dark sector as not being dark at all. Oh, and getting the just getting the items here, the energy tank. But at the same time, what you want to do is jump above, lay a bomb, take the items, because bombs continue to tick down when you take items in Metroid Fusion. So if you lay a bombs, it will continue to explode while being the item fanfare, which saves times. And now, after encounter with the CX on Destructor, this CX skip is one of the easiest, or shall I dare to say, the easiest CX skip to do in the entire game. It is very safe to do. And thank you, CX, to open the door. And voila! The CX skip. As you can see, it was extremely easy to perform. And getting the items there. Oh yeah, also those blue X, as you can see on Lincher, what's happened to him, hurt, because they're ice X. They're muted with ice from the cold sectors. So if they touch you, you get damage, but you can stun them with your beams, which is good. And here we see an X, a core X, downloading various suit, so you don't have access to it. So instead, I kind of fall into a Mega Core X. The only way to damage that Mega Core is with your charge beam. Missed the doubles there. Getting the doubles, though, the second doubles. Getting the third doubles. And now the Core X is now destroyed. Samus has regained the various suit effect. She can survive very hot and cold temperature. And now she has the vomit suit. That's why I was saying that you don't like that various suit. It is quite ugly. Looks like somebody has puke on the Samus. The only thing that we want after getting that suit is to get Gravity suit as soon as we can, because Gravity suit at least is really beautiful especially compared to various suit. And now it's time to Lincher to go confront the Mega Core X. So the fight, it's pretty standard fight with a charge beam. You jump into it, so you get both the charge shot and the flare to it every time to inflict maximum damage. Now, I think Lincher got the first double, got the second double. Nah, he missed the triple doubles. And now the Core X is destroyed, getting the ugliest suit in the game. Why, Nintendo, did you create such an ugly suit? Why? So opening that place here, so when you're in cleanup, you will return there. The same thing for you, it was open at the first visit, so when you exit, you get that missile pack. So under cleanup, the other place that has bomb to opens will be already open for when it goes cleanups, because of how slow bombs are. You want to open those places for when you come back later. As you can see, bombs are very limited in their use. Their use basically come from you are forced to bomb jump in a certain place and to open bomb blocks. And now the computer is talking about another upgrade, the ice missiles, because of your cellular makeups, ice beam is incompatible with you. So HU, what it's doing instead is helping you by developing a modification to your super missiles, the ice variant. So you will be able to use your missiles to freeze enemies. So when you shoot enemies with the ice missiles, they will become frozen, and you will be able to use them as platforms and the like. Yeah, Chibi Marcus, this zone is very dark. You see, oh, we see now, and now we no longer see in Lincher's screen. It's so dark. And now Sector 5, the frozen sector, where you will gain your ice missiles, and you will encounter more blue X. Also, as you can see in both runners, after they get the Valier suit, first time the X rounded up towards you, trying to hurt you, but they are healing you instead, and more than the yellow X. But after that, they know. So the blue X are running away from Samus, so you won't absorb them. And just to see the amount they heals, both the yellow and the blue is very low. The X parasite heal for 10 HP, while the blue heal for 20 HP. And the green parasite heal your missiles only. I think it gives you 2 missiles each time. And you have the very rare red X parasite, which heal a lot of HP, a lot of missile, and also restore a lot of power bounce. The only X parasite restore your power bounce. Some enemies will always drop red X, like rare variant on some enemies, and all Gatherers will drop red X. But else it is a very rare drop. Now Lincher is also entering Sector 5. And Destructor, being quite ahead, is already unlocking the level 3 security lock. Now the yellow hatch are opens. As you can see, the blue X is running away. And despite getting the shot to open the gates, he's about to continue in his way with Speed Booster. And now he's going to download the diffusion, the ice missiles. And in this game, you download abilities for Samus. Like you download missiles, you download power bombs, you download bombs. So maybe in the future, it's a message from Nintendo for to say in the future we'll be able to download a lot of stuff like a car. Imagine being able to download a car. Now it's time to Lincher to open its level 3 lock. And we can see here again the use of using multiple enemies to kill, so they can go on others enemies, because you need them to unlock certain place. And Lincher also getting the run shot here on the gate. So also, since they got Speed Booster, I think I forgot to talk about that, is that every time they will leave a sectors, they will charge a Shine Spark before talking to the computer. So when after talking to the computer, they will use the Shine Spark to get a speed boost to jump onto the elevator. Oh! What do we have here? An emergency! Emergency in Frankercy, I'm hearing! And I got some Frankercy! Emergency in Frankercy! So, something is happening in Sector 3. The main boiler will explode in 6 minutes. Oh my god, what is happening? We need to hurry, and as soon as we can. We need to stop the boilers from exploding, or else the whole station will be destroyed. And if the station is destroyed, Samus also will be killed. So we need to stop that as ASAP. Now we're doing some good movement also from here, exiting the sector 5, and into we'll hear the emergency in Franker Z, not that long. So we already went here in sector 3, but instead of going up, we'll go down. Using some missiles there. Need to use 2 to kill those enemies because of the ice effect. And we see here Destructor using a tech called the R shot. When you jump to get on the ladders, it was in spin jump. But if you shoot normally in spin jump, you break spin. But if you press R to set a missiles and you have a fully charged shot, what the game does instead is it shoots your beam. So you don't break spins, because for the game you didn't shoot, but it still allows you to shoot. It is a quite useful thing, especially when you're space boosting. And oh, really good RNG from Destructor. The Gather again, not giving a single beam, and he will try to go for the doubles here. I think he got the first doubles. And got the doubles. You know, Lincher also is not inside sector 3, going into to stop the emergency in Franker Z. And Destructor did manage to stop it, but it was weird. It was a scientist that we killed, but the scientist was an X parasite, and we know the X are pretty basic creature that only want one things: to replicate themselves and reproduce by infecting hosts. So why does this human X want to destroy its own kind? The computer surely have an answer for that. The computer always have an answer. So now we have Lincher inside the zone for where the boilers is, having some difficulty there. The enemies giving some bad patterns, forcing the enemies the right place. Oh, the top uppers did jump at the right moments, but at least he got no beams from the Ghidorah, which is a really good thing. And he will be attempting also the doubles and get the first doubles. And miss the second doubles. Now he has gained the wide beams ability like Destructor, but sadly the wide beam will not be kept for long. Even in a casual play, you get rid of it pretty quickly. You will get another beams really quickly. So Destructor talking with the computer saying that because of their newly borrowed intelligence with the human brains, they are about to go against the instinct and try to destroy what they consider their worst enemies, Samus, because she's now a Metroid because of the vaccine changing her cellular makeup, making her vulnerable to ice without various suit, and being able to excel at next like a Metroid. So the X are very afraid of Samus now. You know, there was some life form detected, but those life forms were LT life forms, not infected by X parasite. And having Craig climb there with using the ice beam to create those enemies, using those enemies to as platform. So now Destructor is going to the habitation sectors, habitation zone, habitation deck. Thank you, game. And we'll try to find What was those life form? Was it more crew? Oh, an excellent climb there from Destructor. It's not an easy climb to do. Oh, and Destructor missed the shine break. But at least managed to get a good climb there. And we'll now open this. This place is very RNG because you're saving the animals again. But the time it takes is pure RNG insane. I think Destructor got a decent RNG with the animals because depending on where they are on the back screen, instead of making just some form of something, I don't know how to say it. Sorry, but instead of making just some normal background screen, you just see some animals running for funds. They are really there. So if they're far, they will take a long time before exiting, making that section quite painful. Because you will see Samus looking to the left and waiting for the last animals to exit, and being like, "Come on, I don't have all times." And we did get a I-5. I-5 between Lincher and Destructor. Now it's the turn to Lincher to go save those animals. Sadly for us, no, Metroid Fusion is non-canon because we all know every good Super Metroid players you will see will never save the animals, though making Fusion and non-canon games. RIP Fusion. And Lincher did get a shine break, being able to shine spur all across up. And yes, Ark, the animals are non-canon. The animals are canon, but saving them is non-canon. Come on. Come on. Speedrunners always do the canon thing. We don't save the animals because it's canon to not save them since it's faster. Right, huh? That's which makes so that other M's not canon. That's why Fusion's not canon. The animals were never saved. End of things. Oh really, Conchi, you have several problems with my logic? I think my logic is perfect. If we don't save the animals because it's faster, make it the canon way to finish the games, making Fusion non-canon. Making so that other end is non-canon, everybody wins. It's a win-win situation. To be honest, I see that as an absolute win. And a nice shine spark there from the Destructor. I wish I could see your face, Frenchy. I so wish. I like to see the face of animal savers when you say do not save the animals. And now, returning here, the computers tell you that you know the drills, you need to go there, you know everything, just go. And you get power bombs. Exactly the one Azrael. The canon of speedrunning always throw the canon of actual developers of the games. Come on, dude, come on. We know better. That's for sure. Oh, and we can see here, X can also mimic upgrades, missiles, tanks, and energy tanks. So that energy tank was a false energy tank was an X that you can destroy with missiles, and the real was hidden behind. And now another encounter with another X, which is also an easy X skip. And what you escape X. But this X skip being attacked it's kind of forced in the same time also. And alright, good. With the shoot cancels, it was about to ledge grab and get this power up. returning all the way to already come, using power bombs here to unlock the those stairs there, those ladders. Those ladders are hidden by bomb blocks, by the way. So that's why the first time they didn't use bomb because it's too slow. But the second time they go there, they use the power bombs. Because by the time they go there, it will be clean because of power bombs. And we have kind of a puzzle here. Needed ice beams and those repairs. Since, as you can see, there's a lot of crumble block. So, yeah, the power bombs in the few Metroid Fusion as quite an annoying song with them when they explode. The it's pretty annoying and in Undo you will hear it a lot. But at the same time, in Metroid Fusion they also give you a ton of power bombs. They give you, we can say, too much power bombs. And now the computer wants you to return to your ship. But for what reason? It says that's something very important to say to you. You can only say it in your ship. What can that be? Is it related to Saix? And she don't want to inform you to protect you so you don't run toward her? Now you're taking the elevator to return to your ship right at the beginning of the games. But wait! There's lacking powers now. Elevators have stopped functioning. And there's strange X now and Ridley is being corrupted by X. So a clone of Ridley infected by X. That's really bad omens. And we got a secret power bomb tanks here. When I played casually, I never knew there was a power bomb tank here. I never knew it. So, compared to 20%, you will continue up here. 20% no memory corruption. You stop here to the power bombs. Normally you just run through all the way. And here you're the power bombs. You wait so the power bombs break those blocks so you can proceed. I'm not sure if the second block will be considered destroyed though. And now the computer is informing you that the main silo is offline. Something choking it. You need to go to activate the auxiliary powers. But the main reason that the computer wanted you to return to your ship is because of the animals in your ship, asking you if those were the survivor and if it were okay they were in your ship. Sadly, with this news, the computer can confirm that the death of all crew members. There's not a single survivor. Press F to pay respect for the scientific crew of the space station. Now it's a turn to Lincher. Him too will experience that strange stop of all elevators and powers. Using power bombs here to unlock a lot of blocks, either shot blocks or bomb blocks, and using another here to unlock in advance because power bombs have a large radius and not blocked by walls and the like. Oh, and first beam for Destructors. 2 beams, please gather around, please. 3 beams, please, not a 4th beam. Come on. Alright, good. It was better RNG, but he didn't get 4 beam at least. And here, Destructor is fighting against Yakuza. As you can see, he's shooting already because Yakuza, when he appears and goes down, its mouth is already opened, so you can arm Yakuza. And the reason this Destructor is getting got by Yakuza like that is to force Yakuza to open its mouth. After 4th attempt at being grabbed, Yakuza will always open its mouth. So basically what you want is that you want to get grabbed once at least minimum. 4 times pretty much bad RNG. And Destructor getting a good fight, getting a lot of doubles. I didn't see everything because I was seeing Lincher. And we have some inverted F on chat. Now auxiliary power is engaged. With that, safe station, research station are not operationals. Elevator is still not operationals. And the hatch will still not open the doors, so you can only go through doors that are never closed, basically. But there's still something that's choking the reactor, and we need to do something about it. So Lincher against the get around. 1 beams. And an automatic fight against the X. We need to run away, it's force. 3 beams from Linchers. 4 beams. Poor Lincher has the worst RNG possibles. And yes, with ice missiles, you can freeze the X to gain you sometimes. It's not a spoiler. In the beginning, in the introduction, we can say not even one beginning. The introduction, when you begin the games and the stories, it said that you're safe with the Metroid vaccines. Even the computers say that to Samus, that it changed also a molecular makeup, making him vulnerable to ice, being able to accept the X and all. Let's turn to Lincher fighting phase 2 of Yakuza. So far a good fight, and Destructor again. Sorry guys, I think Destructor is cheating here. I didn't see him just after I think the second Gatora getting a single beam shot from those Gatora. Always getting the eyes open, the perfect range Gatora. No, I'm sorry, yes, but I think there's some things to look there. And here, fighting against the plasma cores of Netori. Plasma plasma pierce enemies, but at the same time, plasma has a particular things that it deal less damage than white beams. But every frames that plasma touch enemies, since it pierces them, it will touch them. Every frames, it will deal damage. So the base damage is lower, but the output damage totals is way higher because of dealing damage every frames. The only time where it's weaker, we can simply see as output damage compared to YB will be against Nightmare, since Nightmares you can't pierce Nightmare with plasma beams. So that will be the turn to Lincher to go and find Netori to fight. Oh, I think oh, Lincher is trying to go some out of bound. He want to show off some out of bounds, and he managed it. Nicely done, Lincher. That was some nice out of bound here. I think it's the first time also I see that particular out of bound. Getting 1 beams, getting 2 beams, getting 3 beams, and just 3 beams. I think I know why Destructor has all that good RNG with the beams. Lincher is absorbing all the bad doors RNG instead of Destructors. That's why Destructor is so good, amazing iDoors RNG here. And fighting the Netori there, and then now to the X core. trying to get some doubles on Nitari. I think Nitari's core is one of the hardest core to get doubles because there's something particular with your missiles. Each time you get an upgrade, they go faster, and I think also the cooldown to shoot again increase. And since you have now ice missiles, it's pretty. They go really fast, and you need a lot of space. And this space, when the core is, it's really really tight. So it's still possible to get doubles, but really hard. And now there's something happening in the sector 5. The coal sectors. There's something that is being destroyed. It's saying that the biological weapon named as Nightmares is going crazy. Is going berserk. And Destructor there has done one of the best shine sport in this game because you have skipped so many transitions. I think it was what 5 transition there. It's such an amazing shine spark to get. It saves so much time because it skipped a lot of platforming. So now again we are still in waters. The cold sector is now no longer cold because of Nightmare. And we have Lincher also having to go to sector 5. As you can see, the sector 5 is completely destroyed. Nightmares have done such huge damage to this sector, and we need to get rid of it before it destroys the entire station. Oh, and Destructor getting the strat here. There are power bomb block above the E-tanks, but the strat Destructor did is quite hard and also faster. But if you fails, it is very slow as you need to fight Nightmare and then redo everything backward to re-get that E-tanks. And sometimes when you fail the tricks, often runners will forget about that E-tanks. And now Nightmare's fight. As you can see, using missiles instead of your charge shot, as your charge beam is quite useless against that boss. One of the rare occasion where charge beam is useless. But I should not say useless, but less useful. As your charge beam, as plasma beam do not go above do not penetrate Nightmares, and you can easily spam missiles to deal damage against Nightmare. I think Destructor got 2 doubles. Yeah, he got 2 doubles. And now, Gravity Suit. We can now say bye-bye to the puking suit. And say hello to the beautiful purple suit. And yes, because the door only opens when you're very close to it, you need to go close, to go way backward, to then return to lower the doors, to be able to use a speed booster. Because there were speed blocks blocking the way. And here, you want to destroy those 2 speed block pillars and shine spark to open the way to be able then to shine spark upward and continue your way there. Oh, that's sort of jump, but at the bad frames. And using some earth shot here. And Lincher also getting the strat to get the Nightmare E-tanks. Nicely done to Lincher. So now, Lincher will prepare himself to fight against Nightmare. It is quite a nightmarish thing to see. And Nightmare also increased gravity, making so that when using, as you can see, Lincher tried to use missiles but at the wrong moment, and you see those missiles going down. So to use missile against Nightmare core to destroy it, you need to jump and shoot. And he did an amazing job against Nightmare. Now Destructor has unlocked the level 4 security, but he didn't get permission from the computer. The computer didn't say, now I'll go unlock those. But Samus is a strong, independent woman. She needs no machines to tell her what to do. And we have more items to take here, from here. And some in-game strike from Lincher. I don't know why he did use pose abuse here. He really didn't need to. He might be too used to the in-game time strat. Because it's been recent that Fusion has switched to RTA timing. It was for a long time in-game time speedrun. It is now RTA speedrun. Yeah, that's why Arc or the M is not a canon. Because it's not the real Samus, it's just an imposter. Oh, and Destructor getting the R strat here. Shining Spark can kill the kind of modified cargo to start another Shining Spark, to get the missiles, use the Shining Spark to speed boost to recharge it, and then use it to Shining Spark toward the power bombs. And it's quite hard to do. And now we get the power ups that we were not informed of it. The diffusion missiles. Diffusion missiles make so that when you all charge with the missiles, it will shoot some particle. Also, you will see, especially with diffusion missiles, that every time there's a dark transition, you need to use your diffusion missiles. The runners will all charge because after the dark transition, it will automatically be fully charged. And diffusion missiles take a long time to charge compared to your charge beam. So charging a missiles, it's long. I don't remember the time. I think it was between 3 and 6 seconds. Something like that. It is long. So you abuse dark transition to get your diffusion missile already fully charged. Now Samus needs to talk to the computer, and the computer will be kind of annoyed that you didn't follow its instruction and that you don't load the diffusion missiles. You have again to return one of the sector you already went. And the computer says, You know the drills. You just go there, talk to me, and you will get your instruction. Now it's time to Lincher to get his diffusion missiles. So once entering the knock sector, the computer say don't stay too long because there's statics chasing you. And she don't want you to fight the statics because you're still too weak against her. At least that's the excuse that the computer is giving you. So now Lincher doing all the cleanup here, using power bomb because it's faster than waiting for her bombs to explode when you go near those bomb blocks because of that large race of power bombs. And now, no entry without authorization. Samus has activated the security of this place. Pretty weird. And she do not have the authorization to enter here, and we see Box again. Remember the first time he ran away? Now this time we fight him again. But there's a surprise also with Box. He was infected by X and now he's a core X. And Bugs gives you the ability to shoot wave beams which pierce walls. We will be very useful for that place where Samus did not have the authorization to access.
Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning.
Exactly, Raziel. Move quickly, don't go there, it's nothing. Even if it's super secret, don't go there, it's nothing can take by. As about that the computer say to you. And we see that there's a lot of Metroids here. Like they're doing some experimentation with the Metroids. And we have the Sa-X fighting with the Metroids with some lava. And now's the time to Lincher to see that zone, but we won't have the authorization into. And it do not have the wave beam yet. So, warning, no access without authorization for Lincher. And now Sam is talking with the computer about the Metroid breeding program. Using the power of the Metroid, you mentioned the possibilities for peaceful reason. Of course. Why would they do it otherwise for peace reason? Samus is not trusting that at all. She's not believing a single word of that. So we have Lincher also now fighting Box 2 and against the core X of Box. You will too now gain access to wave being exiting the restricted zone. I think yes, they did release in the same times. So again, we see some example of a puzzle that need multiple enemies, but you only have one. I would transform into more enemies so you can open a door closed by kill X enemies. Using diffusion missiles to destroy the missile blocks there, as a diffusion particle count as missiles for missile block. Now we are Lincher seeing that the set X is attacking the Metroids. And again, that's such good RNG from Destructor. First, no beams again for Destructors, and now you will see the cry of released peoples. Such a huge loud scream. It's such a scream there. It's piercing your ears. And Death going for the doubles with the diffusion. I think he got 2 doubles. I think he missed one of the doubles. Yes, he missed one of the doubles. He got 2 doubles, ladies and gentlemen. Destructor, 2 doubles. The diffusion doubles are really hard to get. And he managed to get 2 of them. Also, my note, Adam also the computer also tells you that there's more than one CX. Yes, the CX is an X and then reproduced by asexual way. Well, there's more than one. I think it said that there's at least 7 more on board the station, all hunting for Samus. And after killing the relay, you get screw attack, and with that, the cleanup begins. Cleanup is one of the hardest part of the games. There's a lot of places you can screw up. It's really easy to screw things in cleanup. Oh yeah, nice use of Shine Spark here for Destructor. Oh, and you got this part what Destructor just did. It's pretty easy to mess up the Shine Spark here because you need to run and get a Shine Spark before you fall, and there's an enemies also. And now you need to redo the same things, but where the charge beam was. And see Lincher also going for some doubles. I think he got 2 doubles. So Lincher also was able to manage, I think, to get doubles on the Relay Core X. And now the cleanup now begins for Lincher. a lot of places you will see that connect all the stations basically are connected together, but are blocked by secure attack blocks. And some places that are taken in the cleanup because it is way faster with space jump and speed booster to get. And Destructor opting for the shine spark here instead of the space boost, as the space boost can be really hard to perform because if you're not doing it correctly, you will miss that first missile pack there, and it will make you fail, make you lose a bunch of times. The shine sparks are a little slower, but it's pretty safe. You will always get the missile pack. And Lincher also opting for the shine spark up the way here. Nicely done. And now, up to the next sectors. Passing from Sector 1 to Sector 3. Having a nice space boost here to get the missile pack here. And now we'll do a space boost here also. As you can see, there's a missile pack here, missile energy tank here. And also a power bomb pack here. Lincher did get both the shine spark pretty correctly here in the cleanup. Using diffusion missiles here. Let's see if Des will use the new RTA strat for here. It's pretty recent though. Nope, he's not going for the RTA strat, he's going for the all strat, which is more in-game time. This strat is, since you have more door transition, is because they're on the in-game time strat. The new RT strat that I've seen is that you take the items before going here and you exit by the top door. But I'm not surprised that the runner is still going for the all strat, since it's pretty recent. Like I said, that they switched to RTA. So far, both of our players are doing pretty well, movement-wise. They're pretty good. Destructor is showing that he has a way better movement by being that far ahead. But Lincher also showing that he has great movement. Doing a nice space boost here. He's also like that, Matt Debo, man. Just look away for a few seconds and you already missed a lot in the speed run. And doing another shine spark here with Destructor, as it is faster than using just your space jump. In cleanup, this not a lot to tell except for a few rooms where some place need to take care. Like when exiting Sector 5, this power bomb pack is pretty easy to forget if you're not focused enough or too focused in your game, as it is right in the way, but also at the same time hidden near the symbol where it's written 3. So it's one of the packs you can easily miss in Undo. So, using a Shine Spark for here too, as it's faster to just run and try to get a space boost. You just charge Shine Spark and then Shine Spark. And now for Destructor is nearly finished, from passing from Sector 5 to 6. I think Sector 6 is the one. No, it's one. The sector is pretty easy. Is that you just go in through it to continue with your other sectors. Oh, and Destructor going for the space boost. Nicely done, Destructor. It's not an easy strat to the space boost here. And now you see another space boost here because it is forced. You have to use space boost to get that other ammunition pack here. Sorry. And when Lincher going all around in foot here, as you can see, it's slower than using a Shine Spark. And here, you want to either use a Jackal Shine Spark or a Space Boost. Oh, nice save, Destructor, nice save. Because I think you don't want to Shine Spark upward. Because if you Shine Spark upward, you return all the way around up to Sector 1, I think, and you have to redo all the cleanup way we can say. It's very so you really don't want to Shine Spark upward there. So Lincher will charge a Shine Spark here to Shine Spark across the room here and get the items and destroy the speed blocks to get the power bomb pack. And Destructor will do a strat. Oh, first try. That strat is pretty hard because you need to jump and let's grab the ledge, and to jump on the crumble block, it's frame perfect. And they disappear quite quickly, so it's a pretty hard strategy. The normal strat is to freeze an enemy to use as a platform. Oh, and another space boost from Destructor. Oh, and he missed it. Quite unfortunate from Destructor. And doing another space boost here. Oh man, that must hurt there. Missing it. So now we have Lincher taking that occasion to get some time lost. He has to close the gap between him and Destructor, and also opting for the space boost. Nicely done, Lincher. Nicely done. That's really nice to see. It's really not an easy strat to do there, the space boost. And getting that second space boost, which is mandatory to get. Now let's see where we will go now. Now he's going to get the that items where Destructor did manage to get a very good save. Now entering sector 6 from sector 6 to sector 4. This sector is pretty straightforward in cleanup. You enter sector 4 to then exit it to enter sector 2. There's nothing more to do in sector 4. It was already cleaned before cleanup. A really easy sector to do sector 4 and clean up. You enter and you exit. Like the famous Julius Caesar will say, Veni Vidi Vici. Or like in French, je suis venu, j'ai vu, et j'ai vaincu. And we have Crumble City. This place named Crumble City because everywhere is crumble blocks. Everywhere. And the developer I don't know why the idea to force you to use space on such a confined place where space on such a bad items. I think it's still better than Super Metroid Space Jump. It's more functional. But it's still pretty bad. The real good space is in Zero Mission. So now, now Lincher also is going for the space boost. Oh, and he misses. He missed it here. That must also hurt for Lincher. But instead, he ups out for going with the Shine Spark. And Destructor in this place managed to get the strat using a space jump, which on the crumble block again, which is frame perfect. It's pretty hard to do. And in trying to exit the area, he decided to use a Shine Spark instead of space boost. Now Lincher is entering sector 4, the easiest sector to do in cleanup. Like Destructor, it will enter and exit. And welcome sector 2 and bye sector 4. We no longer see you sector 4. And now going to the Zazebi bus room, because there's a place that Zazebi lead to. Another secret items. I was even say 2. Here you need to build a Shine Spark, use a Shine Spark, and use it on the slope to be able to run fast. But the last place, you need to go it higher instead. Oh, and there's a technique here you can do is that it's the same as a Shine Break. You use a Shine Spark. Oh, and Destructor miss it. He's really not in a good mood. Again, being very too harsh on himself. And getting it this time. Nicely done. So you see there's crumble block there. What you want to do is that you want to charge the shine spark on the crumble block, go down and use a shine spark instead of rebuilding it. Oh yes, there were some good shines break. And then also going for the hard strat here. And now you have no choice unless you want to reset the room, since the Rippers are dead. And Destructor looking at his inventory to see if he has every items, and it seems he's missing one powerbomb expansion. And Lincher decided to reset the room and using the easier strat, which is slower. I do not blame him. It is a very hard strat to do the crumble jump. And now we see the Destructor screen. The reactor without being choked by some vines is the only time you see that in the speedrun. Only time. And if you go lower, normally if you're in the casual playthrough and you return there, you can see there's some green glow telling you that it is a nuclear reactor. By the way, this place where the Destructor is, it is technically possible to go there early by using some shine spark shenanigans. It's basically a task strat. It's humanly doable, I think, but I know it is a task strat. The task does it, but because of the event system with the flag and all, if you take this powerbomb before you download powerbombs, it won't appear above. You won't be able to use them because the cave will force you to get the flag systems. They will force you with the flag system to get your first powerbomb packs to be able to use them with the download of the powerbombs. And seeing Lincher out of going for the shine break, instead he decided to get those missiles below, I mean, first, and then going all the way for the shine chain to get the missile and then exit. And I do not blame him, as the shine break here on the crumble block is pretty hard to do. Decide to play it safe. It's really commendable, especially in the tournament. And now Destructor has everything. Samus to save the humanity and the galaxy from the X want to destroy the station, but the computer do not want, because the Federation want to research the virus, the parasite, thinking they can control it and use it as a biological weapons. But then, when she say that to the computer has a better idea. And Samus will have a revelation here. She did say the name Adam by accident, but the computer will say to her that her plan is stupid and Adam did a mistake. Instead, she should use the station and crash it on SR388 and give her an order as Adam, impersonating himself as Adam Malkovich, the commander of Samus Aran. So the reunion of Samus and her all CEOs just saved the galaxy here. I think Destructor has lost some of his mind with all those little mistakes. Deciding to have some fun by bunny jumping. Yeah, you're right, Ark. Thinking that it's just a good student and other M ruining everything. And now Lincher being very close to a Destructor. Talking to Adam, so activating the end game triggers, so can no longer collect everything. So if I forget some things, yes, forget some things. And now Destructor using some ice missile to stop Samus, so he can shoot diagonally with plasma beam waving to hurt every frame's X. To then enter the second phase of X, which is pretty easy. 2-3 shot, and then we have the core X. And now,
Propulsion sequence active.
orbit change implemented 3 minutes before impact.
388.
The research station will now go into impact with SR 388. You have 3 minutes to evacuate the station. Will Destructor the Rapid manage to escape with his body up? Only the future will tell us if Destructor the Rapid will be able to escape. Now Lincher is now fighting his X. Oh, and missed the strat. We'll need to do the the backup here. Normal CX fight is pretty hard to do. Destructor, the ice bunny. You need to hurry up, Destructor. You need to hurry up. You no longer have a lot of times. And will you get the low height? I think yes. And you get the low height. Like that you can transfer all the way through to the Omega Metroid. And Destructor having some fun with the Omega Metroid. And now the X going to say Samus because the X smell our sworn enemies Metroid. But the X is really bad at spamming shoot. Destructor will show the X all you spam shoot. And that's how you spam shoot on the Omega Metroid. Destructor the Rapid showing how to spam the beams to the X. Destructor a bit having some difficulty to enter, and now Lincher is very close with and GG to Destructor the bunny, finishing with a 148.17. Now it's time to Lincher, showing to say how you spam. And nice Omega 5 from Lincher. GG Destructor the Bunny. GG. And GG to Lincher, finishing with 148.45. I know we have some text from Adam talking with Samus and all. It was still a really good race, Destructor. You still did good. You're still too harsh with yourself. For a tournament race, you still did well. So we'll see if both of them at the same time want to join for an interview. If you want to say about the experience with the race. Now just need Lincher to advance his text, because even the credit you need to advance your text to be able to see the end credit and see the percentage of the game. So we have Destructor with us and Lincher. Hello guys, and congratulations to you, Destructor the bunny.
Thanks. I'm a bunny.
Yeah, or the rabbit if you prefer, with all your bunny jump.
Bunny hops.
Yeah. So how did you find your race, guys?
I mean, I was not very happy with my performance, so which is kind of why I just trolled at the end. I just wanted to have some fun, I guess. But like, I don't know, cleanup was kind of disappointing, so I just decided to have some fun.
I see that in some place you did some mistake. But there was some place that I think it was still normal for a tournament race because it was not that easy to perform. But also, I want to say, what did you do to get all those good get over in RNG?
I don't know. I guess I got bad RNG in actual PB attempts, which is why I get good RNG now. But that's not where I'd like it. I'd like good RNG in actual run.
Yeah, understandable, because we're like, I think only the two first get out that give you bad RNG, and all the others give you the first eyes opens and to shoot them, or maybe one beam.
Pretty much. I think there might have been only one or two gave me multiple beams. But other than that, yeah, it was pretty pretty good when it came to RNG. Yakuza was real troll, 3 beams and 4 cycles. Oh well.
Oh yeah.
It's fine.
And you, Lincher, how do you think of your race?
It was bad, but I've got a couple of doubles. Nightmare, for example, I got 3. No, I got 2 doubles. But I've got on Ridley 3 doubles.
Yeah, I saw that. You got, I think, the
But
triple
overall, I
double.
was stressed out and I sucked SIX and on Sector 2.
Those
thought
doubles
I-
really were very impressive to see, because the diffusion missiles doubles are really not easy to do. And see you, I think, doing the triple doubles was very impressive.
That was very impressive for myself, too. I was scared I will die on SIX on Sector 2.
Oh yes, I did saw that. It was really Monka S there. When I see that, I was like, oh my god, will he die? It will happen. He felt it's really hard to recover, but you did manage to recover that say skip.
Now when
was-
I'm checking the stream, then I'm shocked that only I lost 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm. I remember that
I
say skip. I think Urk did try the say skip there too, but died. It was really fortunate, but you survived. You managed to recuperate. You kept your cools, and you managed to move correctly, which is really not evident to do when it's just not normal things that happens. So kudos to you. It was really impressive to see you recover from that.
I think that's all for my race.
Yeah, that'll be the same for me. GG on the race, Lincher.
If do you have a last word to say, both of you?
Nothing. Just thank you, John, for commentating, since no one else was there to do it. So thank you for stepping in, and thank you always, SG, for making the race stream happen. And thank you guys for watching.
Same.
All right, with that, it will conclude our episode for this tournament. So thank you all for tuning in for this very nice race done by Destructor and Lincher. And we will see you for the next mission. Bye bye, everybody.